Truly in the fight for a second podium here in Le Mans then. Tani into 13th spot, up from outside the top 20.
Anna is obviously, and up the inside comes Christian Daniel Jr. for a reason, and we're now seeing what that reason is. Yes, there's the 95 of Marco Morelli, the man we like.
For you, mate.
Well, and it's what he said in the pre-show, didn't he? You know, we have...
And 9, he slots back into 6th, and it does look...
Oh, well, we didn't see anybody pass Veda yesterday.
I know he's going. Fernandez not mentioning much during this race so far. He's just quietly been going about his...
He's going for it, isn't it? Absolutely. Presumably he knows his way round. Carter Thompson in 3rd place.
Just slotted into 5th there, Peter. Is too much speed. If anything, he really made Carter Thompson proc his cup riders, battling for what could be many as a first podium. That's not your characteristic overtaking spot, because you do sacrifice a bit. And I clearly spoke too soon. There's going to be a real storm.
Right, so Uriarte has his sights set on the... They could find themselves suddenly out of the points instead of battling for them.
Is now.
And the fastest lap of the race so far.
Yeah, really, really good stuff.
Big pack, isn't it? Now, really, Carter Thompson and Pugilasia, they've got to work together here.
So then, Beñat Fernandez, easily the best of the first year. It's the back of this group. How big is that one? It's all the way down to 7th.
Cycle. He said the motorcycle was great. He said, I am just going to push a bit harder tomorrow.
Pushing. He was actually in 12th place last time we passed everyone saw what happened with the leading drift. Thought, can't let him get away again. Case of 2 halves. Morelli potentially finding himself in the groove. From Rookies Cup Race 2, and they've all done their homework overnight. A little bit as they're running near 145 flat, which is actually 4th.
Brian Uriarte. Brian won't want to see that get too far
in that chasing pack. Then you've got Morelli leading the way now.
Kim Dennis trying to make a break on it there, and he has now owed much, but he collected it okay. He didn't suffer. He too. Right, so 13 laps remain.
No one in the same class as either Danish or Uriarte, are there? A couple of corners there. He's now got Christian Daniel Jr. for company as well, whose form is...
How much longer? Because the other guys are going to pick up the slipstream there. They're running...
Time to call it quits on the old career then. As we see, that's Morelli as well. Up inside, still battling inside the top 10. And he's on the back of this group pretty well at the moment. So it was very impressive from the number 70. Already put a couple of bike lengths on the grid. His form's really coming on. He had a great race yesterday to finish up.
The podium man from Jerez race 2.
And he's well and yeah, exactly. Absolute cracker. I'm going to give a shout out as well to Zenmid.
To comment that he has on the back of his helmet, no plan B. They're new guys coming. You don't know how good they're going to be. They're chosen from the selection of...
Like, they are catching Thompson and Pugliese.
They are, aren't they, Matt?
Going into
my
second.
Goodness gracious,
Uriarte's thinking, who's the number 7? Who is business after his first podium back in Jerez? Now at turns 8.
And here being a Spanish hero, and he's now got in front of Veda.
Christian Daniel Jr. Or 6th, I should say, battling with police sit up and lose a bit of speed down there as Fernandez now moves up in a 3rd.
Well, that's it, and that is still the 50 of...
You'll run onto the back straight there, don't you? So, but he's not lost coming, not in the shape of any rain, thunder or lightning. It's all these Red Bull rookies. Oh, and now he goes up in a 4th.
Oh, that made me jump.
Yeah.
Podium.
Exactly. I was thinking this is all calm and orderly, actually. I mean, very impressive from that young Spaniard right there.
They're going to stand any chance of keeping ahead of that enormous pack.
It's in so far in Rookies Cup, you've got to say 5th place. It's Tines to Venezuela, goodness me!
That is a pro, and we're already seeing that at the end of lap 2.
At the finish line, he's got a long lap penalty for a shortcut at turn 9. I think he's towards Anwi, goodness me.
And Hakim said he wasn't planning to change the motors.
As he does run wide there in towards the final turns, and we see the 17er come, and it's much more bunched up and much more sensible than it was yesterday. It's hence faster than for this podium finish there. We could well be a red
extended. Hard on the brakes.
This is absolutely classic though. Fernandez has certainly helped them bring their pace up just a little.
Opened up as big a gap as we saw any time yesterday. Oh, presumably he knows his way round here being...
To 2:03.5. Significantly slower than what we were. Yeah, if anything, he really made Carter Thompson properly sit up, and absolutely brilliant. Across the line they come then, and Carter Thompson's a characteristic overtaking spot, because you do sacrifice a bit of your run on this. Difference in line.
Right. Right, so Uriarte has his sights set on the
Wow, and now we go.
And it still is Veda Pratama, the number 13 of Hakim. Fastest lap of the race so far.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. Very impressive.
Yeah, up through the gearbox to 6th. Pick up the slipstream.
Beñat Fernandez, easily the best of the first years in...
Yow, isn't that incredible? The motorcycle was great. He said, I am just going to push a bit harder tomorrow. And we're all...
Flip back onto the right, and now it's all downhill from this moment. What happened with the leading driver? Thought, can't let him get away again, can we? Good. Absolutely screaming, isn't it? As we come into turns 12, race 2, and they've all done their homework overnight, and it's much.
Yeah, feeling just where the limit is. You're on board with Brian Uriarte. Brian won't want to see that get too far extended. Then a very quick change, first to second to third to fourth through this trying to make a break on it there. And he has now opened up as middle of the third row starting position. They go down the corkscrew. Right, so 13 laps remaining.
Danish goes back into third.
And Beñat Fernandez, as I say,
he's now got Christian Daniel Jr. for company as well, whose form has really come on the grid today. Singapore got a great start up into 8th position then. As we see, that's Morelli trying to muscle his way back through top 5 that we had yesterday in the race at the moment.
Pratama is now up into 3rd place. Oh my goodness, it took him half a lap longer this time, haven't they? Still Veda Pratama over Brian Uriarte, Hakim Danish.
6th position, cracking stuff from another rider who came through the selection of in 4th position.
Yeah, gone to his tail this time around.
Down the back straight once again, there's the number. Down to Yaroslav Karpushin in 8th across the line. Up into 5th position now.
And as I said, Carter Thompson said that I failed it. Beñat Fernandez. It's now, what is it?
Uriarte's thinking, what? Who's the number 7? Who are you, mate?
Back into contention. So Pugliese, a Spanish hero, and he's now got in front of Veda Pratama. Well,
it's yesterday running 202s down to 201s. Who's a bit of speed down there as Fernandez now moves up in a 3rd.
Well, he's going for it, isn't he?
6/10 of a second back now, and he set the fastest lap of the race. To the back straight there, don't you? So, but he's not lost too much speed in my choices. Brilliant. Just the formation flying, isn't it? Now he's up in a 4th.
Oh, that made me jump.
Yeah, that's not...
Spanish pulls out alongside the 51 of Brian Uriarte and into 2nd place.
From that young Spaniard right there.
Head tucked down, crawling underneath the paintwork.
So far in Rookies Cup, you've got to say, 5th place he is now.
And the out onto the back straight then from first gear. Really seeing that at the end of lap 2.
So then...
just hear that KTM.
It's me.
And Hakim said he wasn't planning to change the motorcycle. He said the...
Over 13, this is where the giant wall is, a big chicane. Much more bunched up and much more sensible than it was yesterday. Everyone saw what...
You can hear the engine.
Yes,
hard on the brakes.
This is absolutely classic, though, from Rookies Cup.
Incredibly fast left-hander, absolutely fighting for grip. Bigger lap gap as we saw any time yesterday over Brian. Dropping down the corkscrew in first gear, and it's all to play for because there's Hakim Danish trying. He doesn't come off the back of the grid today, and of course he's made good use of that.
Is to start his 2nd year in Rookies Cup 2. From 10th, that first lap was pretty decent for him, making up all that ground as on Beñat Fernandez. He got pushed wide and bogged down through a couple of corners there. Thompson, the rider in 6th position, that's where he started.
And looking back down the field, you know, coming up
so far in Rookies Cup, you've got to say, 5th place he is now.
And the fastest
led by Fernandez. So yeah, we do have...
already seeing that at the end of lap 2.
So then... Yeah, down to Yaroslav Karpushin in 8th across the line. It's me.
And Hakim said he wasn't planning to change the motorcycle. He said the Beñat Fernandez.
That's bunched up and much more sensible than it was yesterday. Everyone saw what happened.
Dragged them back into contention. So Pugliese hard on the brakes.
This is absolutely classic, though, from Rookies Cup. Were yesterday running 202s down to 201s.
Lap gap as we saw any time yesterday over Brian
Carter Thompson's 6/10 of a second back now, and he set the fire.
And it's all to play for because there's Hakim Danish trying to...
Difference.